What's up, my fellow friends, and welcome back to another Minecraft farm making video. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make a 1.21.5 creeper farm, and for any version above it will work probably as well. Let's hope they don't change the creeper farm mechanics. So I think without further ado, let's get right into building this farm. So the first thing what we'll do is we'll look for a nice flat surface like this one over here. I recommend building it above an ocean over here, but you can build it wherever you want as long as it's not in a mushroom biome. We're going to drop down over here underneath the sea, and we're going to build up till the surface over here like so. After that, with some quick editing magic, we'll have some coordinates on screen. There we go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to build 100 blocks up from here. So my coordinates will be 163. There we go. Now that we're at 163, so this in theory should be 100 blocks over here. For quick and easy access, you can fill this up with ladders over here. And then what we're going to do when we're up here is we're going to build 3 blocks in this direction. So 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna build 6 blocks in that direction over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 over here. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna quickly fill in this platform over here like so. Then we can come back up to our farm over here, come to this side where the ladder is, and we're gonna break 1, 2, 3 blocks over here like so. So 2 away from the ladder on this side, and it should look a little something like this. After that, you're gonna grab a double chest, smack it down over there, crouch down, and place a hopper facing into that chest like so. Now we can head on to build the trident killer of this farm. We're going to place a piston over here, 1 down here, 1 over here, and 1 over here, so it looks a little something like this from up top. Then we can grab our observers. We can smack an observer down over here with the arrow facing into the piston. We'll do that for this side, and this side over here, and it should look something like this from up top. Then we can get some redstone torches, and we can place them on the pistons itself. We'll do this all around like so, and we should have a nice working trident killer over here. Now what we will do is to shut this noise off, we'll put a lever over here, and we'll flick that lever down, and it will stop our little machine over here. Once you're done with your little mechanism over here, you can get a trident of any durability, and we can aim it at that piston in the back over there, and your trident killer is basically all done. Now we can place down 2 glass over here so that you can actually see the creepers itself, and we can encase this whole back part with solid blocks over here like so. After you're done with that, we're gonna raise this platform up by 15 more blocks all around. 3, 4, 5, and you're gonna build this all around up to over here. There we go. Now we have a nice looking little tube over here where the creepers can fall down, and we can come up here and we're gonna place 4 signs, 2 over here and then 2 on the other side, or right over here. If I can manage to not fall down. After that, we can place a water bucket over here, and that should allow the creepers to break their fall damage and then just fall through, and the trident killer will actually do the killing itself so that you get the XP out of this. After that, we can come back over here and we're going to continue to tube up by 6 more layers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to build this tube all the way up. Okay, our tube is done over here and it is looking amazing. Now we're going to come to any side and we're going to build this out by 7 blocks over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll do this on all 4 sides, and then now what we're going to do is all these sides will be connected up over here nicely. There we go. We'll just bring these around over here and just connect them all up on all 4 sides. And then once we're done with that, we can actually fill in this platform over here, leaving these 4 blocks out in the middle. There we go. Once your platform is done over here, it should look like this. Now we can smack down a temporary block, place another one on top there, and then we're going to build out a nice rim over here all around our platform. And when that is done, it should look a little something like this. And now we can put some stairs on top of this platform over here. So on the outer wall, I'm gonna encase it with stairs. And there we go. Now for the last step of our platform building over here before we start on the actual creeper farm, is we're gonna put down some water over here. We're gonna waterlog all these stairs all around so that the water flows nicely into the middle over here. And there we go. That is all what you're going to need to do to catch all your creepers over here. It's looking amazing. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come to the middle of our farm over here, place a temporary block over there, and then go up by a tree over here. There we go. We can break all of these blocks and we can place 3 more blocks over here so that this platform is centered with that hole over there. And then once you did that, you're going to place 4 more blocks on top of that so it looks something like this over here. Then we can come down over here. This can be any corner of your farm, and we're going to extend your farm out by 16 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to do that on all 4 sides. There we go, and it should look a little something like this when you're done. And now I know this will be crazy, but you're going to have to fill in all of this over here. So we're going to connect all the edges over here. There we go, all the sides are connected up. Now we can fill in all of these over here. Don't mind about the water, it will be explained to you very, very shortly. And there we go, after a million years, we're finally done with making this platform over here as well. Now we can come to the middle where we marked out our blocks over here, and we can break 4 blocks like so, and this will open up to that hole over there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to turn in any direction over here, and we're going to start by breaking all these blocks out until we hit the stairs over here. So there should be a block on top of the stairs, and we'll do that on all 4 corners. Then once we're done, we should end up with something that looks just like this over here. Okay, when you're done with that, now we're going to connect these middle lines up as well. So you're going to start by breaking all these out like so, and it should look a little something like this over here. And we'll do that all around on the 4 sides of your farm over here. And there we go. That's what it should look like. It's looking amazing, by the way, so far. Okay, now we're gonna move on to some slabs over here. We're gonna come to any side of our farm, and we're gonna start by placing some diagonal slabs over here on all 4 sides. We're going to continue this on the last 2 as well. Okay, when that is done, we're going to come to the middle over here, and we're going to do a line of slabs coming from this water all the way to the edge of our farm over here. And we're going to obviously repeat this on all 4 of our sides over here. And once you're done, you should be looking at something what looks a little bit like this over here. Okay, then when we're done with that, we're gonna head over to trapdooring because we need to spider-proof this area over here. Start by coming over here and then just laying down some trapdoors over here like so. There we go, there should be 9 trapdoors on one of these little squares over here. Then we can continue this on the other tree as well. And then once we're done with the middle over there, we're gonna come over here and start by placing trapdoors over here. And they should be 1 block away from each other, as we did in the middle as well. And we're gonna continue this pattern all the way around our farm. There we go, that is looking amazing. Let me quickly just fly up top over here so you can see the actual pattern if you wanted to copy it or if it didn't work out as you were planning. And it should look a little bit something like this over here. Okay. And then when you're done with laying down the trapdoors in the middle over here, we're also going to place down some trapdoors on these inner blocks over here, and we're going to quickly flip them down as well. And what this will allow us to do is basically when the creepers spawn on this platform, they're going to walk ahead and think this is a full block and just fall down into the water streams. And obviously it goes without saying by now, but we're going to continue this for all 3 of these corners as well. And there we go, it's going to look a little something like this over here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come to any side of our farm over here. I'm going to pick this one. We're going to place 1, 2 blocks up top over here. We're going to break this bottom block, and now what we're going to do is we're going to copy this same layer and place it on top over here. And as you can see, we have our second layer placed over here up top. So I'll be putting 3 more layers on top of this, but before we do that, let's grab our buttons over here, and we're going to encase this whole thing in buttons over here so that only creepers will be able to spawn and no other mobs. By the way, if you want to save on buttons, you can obviously come over here and then stand on each solid block, and you can place buttons above that. You don't necessarily have to place buttons above the trapdoors and above the half slabs, but I'm just going to do that so that it is way easier for me to copy this layer over 3 more times. So I'm just going to place buttons all over it, but if you want to save buttons, you only need to place them above the solid blocks over here. And there you go. As you can see, I have made 5 layers on this farm over here. By the way, if you really want to get like the max out of this farm, then I recommend putting 2 more layers on top of this for 7 layers, and that will give you the max results in gunpowder over here. But obviously, if you don't have the resources, then I do recommend going either 3 or 5 layers up so that you get some good decent gunpowder. But if you want to go for the max, then go on 7 layers over here. Okay, now moving on to the last part of your farm over here. We're going to come to any corner over here, and we're going to build 2 blocks up over here like so. We're going to break this block over here, and then now we're going to cover this entire platform in blocks over here. There we go. Once we have the outline over here, we can also fill this entire thing in with some solid blocks. There we go. And now that we have our nice cover done over here, we're going to extend this out by 10 blocks on either side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to do this on this side as well. Now what we can do is we can connect all of these sides up together, and then for the last big fill, we're gonna have to fill all of these blocks in so that it provides full coverage over here for our layers of the creeper farm. So there we go. Those are the outlines over here, and then now this whole platform can be filled in with some solid blocks over here, so that it will block out all the light for our creepers to spawn over here in the dark. And once you're finished filling this whole thing over here, you should end up with something looking a little bit something like this over here, as you can see. Now what you can do is you can either take the easy way out, or you can do the hard and safe way out, what is putting torches on top of here. That is the easy way, so this mobs don't spawn. Or you can cover this whole thing with some leaves over here. What I'm going to do, just for aesthetic purposes and so that it's extra safe, I'm going to cover my whole farm over here with leaves on top. Okay, there you go. The leaves are all put on the farm over here so that now nothing can spawn on top over here to ruin your lovely farm. As always, let me point out a couple stuff about this farm before you actually start running it. Obviously, if you want the max rates, then I would recommend putting 2 more layers on top of that. What I would also recommend is grabbing some buttons down below from over here and just doing a layer of buttons all around over here up on top of this spawning platform like we did on the bottoms of these over here, so that no zombies and skeletons can spawn over here. Then you can come down over here and place down a couple torches so that you can actually see around here. I would recommend also using a looting tree sword. So recommend you doing is coming to escape over here, pressing your settings and switching your difficulty to hard. After that, exiting your game over here, clicking on the little pencil icon over here, going to advanced, scrolling down and putting the world simulation distance on 4 chunks over here. The thing what you're gonna have to do now is just switch this lever over here, and holding your looting tree over here, you should get the max drop rate over here. Plus, when you have 7 layers up top, this is going to be a piece of cake to AFK at, and trust me, you're gonna get a bunch of gunpowder over here. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this farm making video. Make sure to let me know in the comments down below if you have any problems in building this farm or needed some help fixing it. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in a different farm making video. Goodbye, guys!